Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins, and today my opponent fell into darkness as he grabbed a pawn when he should have been defending his king. Okay, so this game started out a bit weird. Now my opponent went like this and allowed me to push on his knight in the center, and I didn't do it, but this is what the engine showed, and it was absolutely fascinating, so I just want to quickly go down this line. I probably here would have just taken the knight and damaged the structure, but the engine's showing this, back, here, kick, back, and launch an attack with your pawns. And if takes, we jump in, going for this outpost square. And if takes, we sacrifice the rook, allowing us to dominate the dark squares and just lodge the knight in there. And the engine's showing something like this. We develop the bishop, and black trying to give back the exchange, trying to sacrifice the rook, because this bishop is just so deadly, and alongside the knight as well. Yeah, so that's what I should have done. I'm not quite that good though, guys. I missed all of that. So I just went out and played a boring little I'm going to defend my pawn move, and yeah, just developed like the bishop. So this is now a pin, I guess. And I just keep developing, just getting the knight and bishop out. And castle. So this is where I sort of started to not have a plan. And this was, I was really unhappy. I played queen here, which just felt like 2 waste of time moves. And yeah, I should have done better. I should have launched an attack in the center, like the engine says. With the idea that the opponent's king is still in the center. So we're trying to break in the middle while we are more developed and attack that king. But the opponent is only 1 move away from castling, so it's, you know, comme ci, comme ça. So, yeah, I do these waste of time moves with the queen, and now the opponent goes for this idea where you've got a queen-bishop battery. You know, my bishop here is only defended, like, once or twice, and it's attacked twice, so maybe there's some tension on this. So he goes to attack my queen at the same time. Maybe I could slide back and stay defending the bishop. But this just doesn't work, like, tactically, because I can take. And if they take my queen, guys, I just keep grabbing. I've got a lovely continuation. I just grab their queen. And if they keep grabbing here, I can just, like, save my bishop. And then we just look at this knight, and the knight is trapped. So maybe they go something like that. And, you know, my bishop is just getting out. So they didn't go for that line. They instead sort of recognized this and just took back, maintaining the attack on my queen. So I come out, just shifting the queen away from that attack, but also attacking the knight at the same time. And they just slide back to defend the knight. And this is where my brain shifts into gear, guys. I'm like, bang, right, come on, let's start attacking. So they just retreat, trying to sort of declutter their pieces, I guess. And this just gives me time to send this pawn. Now, the opponent should have played pawn up here, kicking the queen and just blockading this pawn. Because it's common when you've got a queen opposite their king, you want to try and undermine this like g7 pawn here. Often with a sacrifice. But no, the knight is defending the square. So they jump out with their knight, creating like some... You know, do I want to trade queens? They're asking me. I say no. I'm attacking. I'm keeping queens on the board. So they come out with their queen, and I go for this little reroot. This is a funny move, but it allows my pawns to maybe start pushing. It opens up my bishop to defend this pawn, and it allows my knight to jump here. So that was my idea behind that little repositioning of the knight there. And you know, that square turned out to be quite important at the knight then hitting the queen. So this is where my opponent starts to get a little greedy, maybe in the mind. So here he jumps in thinking, oh, maybe I can take some material. I just keep pushing. Now the opponent now can actually save the game and be sort of level if he just lines his queen up with my queen in order to put a piece between this massive alignment issue, right? So this is his big problem. My queen is opposite his king. especially with the pawn chipping away. So he needs to sort of do something about that. That's what the engine's saying there. He gets greedy, guys, and I'm sure we've all been there. We sort of take a pawn and there's a pit in our stomach. We sort of know that we shouldn't have done it, but we couldn't resist. And yeah, I find this move check, and if they take, it's just mate. You know, this knight is the key defender of the mating square, so you know they try running away with the king. I could take here. I guess they just take. What am I missing here? Where's the mate? And just this? And it's just unstoppable mate, is it? I think so. But I didn't go for that. I just went for taking the free piece because they can't. I know they can't recapture it because I'm still threatening mate. So they try and defend that square, but that just leads to an even more disgusting pawn take, smothered mate, almost. And the rook has to sacrifice itself. Queen coming in the corner, knight hanging, but we don't care. The queen is in there. There's just another thing I wanted to say. Yeah, if this this isn't hanging, by the way. Spot the move, guys. But that pawn is not hanging. We have this. I think they can just grab. We take. They grab. We get the queen. I think we're happy there. We do lose 2 pieces for the queen, but yeah, I think we would have been all right in that line as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that, guys. And I'll see you next time. Like and subscribe.